I am joined in studio this morning by Miss Juanita Jennings, the Public Affairs Director from the City of Roswell. How are you doing this morning?
Good. How are you this morning?
Doing real good. Trying to get through things. Yeah. Mike makes this look real easy, He really does. I sit over there and I do my country radio thing, and I come over here and co-host, and he makes it look real easy. But the man's got a lot of plates to spin.
He does.
But let's talk about the city, right? Let's talk about the activities happening right now, because it's been a busy season. We're getting back. We went from basically going like 60 miles an hour to 150 miles an hour. Yep. Everybody's opening back up. Tourism is the likes of which I haven't seen in many years.
Yes, we hit it hard as soon as we could put out ads and get things out there. We have 4 different campaigns currently running. We're in Phoenix, we're in West Texas, we're up north, and then we have a digital campaign running right now. So we're trying to get more visitors here into our city to spend their money from out of our state. And so and the big thing that we're gearing up for is UFO Festival.
Yes.
So that's the big one. We're pretty much ready. The numbers look great. We're super excited to host a citywide festival this year. And that's something that's really nice to see is that it's citywide and united this, because there's been a lot of back and forth, different groups setting up different festivals and different events, and it always felt like we were competing with each. But now it feels like after 2 years or a year and a half of just nothing happening, we're finally ready to just hit the ground running and make this thing happen full bore. Yeah, we're super excited for it. We will kick it off on Friday, July 2nd. So Friday, July 2nd kicks off our opening ceremonies at 6 p.m. at DeBremen Field.
Okay.
We'll have music. Our landing food truck vendors will be there, little shops. Then it will go into our abduction parade. So abduction parade.
An abduction parade, you say?
Abduction parade, yes.
All right.
And so that'll be Friday night. And then Friday evening, right after that, we will have our first cinema event at Cielo Grande. So it's an interactive experience. Some people are like, why am I going to pay $40 to watch a movie? It's not just watching a movie. It's an actual experience for the audience. So when a spaceship lands, you might get windblown. If there's water, you might get wet. So it's almost like a mini IMAX movie that we're a mini IMAX theater that they will be doing. And then Saturday is the really big day. So we kick it off with our golf tournament in the morning, as well as Alien Chase, which is, a 2K or 5K, whichever you prefer.
Right.
And then we've really tried to focus on evening time events, because we really would love our visitors to go downtown in our shops, go around, do a little bit of shopping during the day, and then come and spend the evening with us. So that night, we will be hosting our very own New Mexican Chevelle Shepherd for the big concert. And it'll be at the Wool Bowl parking lot. So people will want to bring their own lawn chair. Obviously, we can't be on the actual field because we don't want to mess the field up. But if you bring your lawn chair, you can come on out, enjoy her music, and that's Saturday night, along with a bunch of other mini activities.
And that's the thing, is there's so much going on. I was pulling up the calendar of events here.
Yes.
One thing you glazed over, and we need to go back. That interactive movie experience.
Yes.
You didn't say what the movie was.
Oh, I didn't.
Go ahead.
There's a couple of them.
On the calendar here, it just shows the one, but I'm curious what the other one is.
So there's Spaceballs. There's Men in Black.
Okay.
And there's one from 1977 that I'm not familiar with, but everybody's raving about it.
Okay.
And definitely want to go out and check it out. But each night will be a different night and a different experience. Obviously, in Spaceballs, it's much different than Men in Black.
That got me so excited when I read. So I was like, Spaceballs. I would love to have an interactive experience with that movie.
Yeah.
So it's 3 days, just chock full of activities. You guys have stuff happening over at the Roswell Aquatic Center. You're gonna have a Space Waves EDM pool party that's gonna be happening. Like you said, the main event concert there with Chevelle Shepherd. You guys are gonna be doing fluidic space yoga, which I'm genuinely curious what that is. Because
I think it's just more of a. Again, we're trying to be interactive, trying to give the visitor an experience that they're going to remember. So, again, bringing out the lights, bringing out the space interaction of doing yoga, meditating. And then, of course, the big night sky event. Unfortunately, those are sold out already. But We have really great open skies, and it'll be beautiful. And then we also have shows at the planetarium.
Yes.
So we'll have laser shows at the planetarium. I know that team is really working super hard to put something phenomenal together. And then we have the zoo. We'll have an arts and craft fair at the zoo. And so just, again, all around our visitor center, which is located in the downtown district, we will be one of the hub locations for information. We will be passing out a lot of information and distributing some Roswell memorabilia as well. And really just excited to welcome everybody here.
You know, this year's UFO Festival feels like the perfect storm of just all the right elements falling into place. Not only did we not have a festival last year because of, the Rona, not only was the last couple of years sort of, it was an issue of, trying to get things together. And then all of a sudden, the entire United States started paying attention to UFOs.
Yes.
All of a sudden, all this classified information about unidentified flying objects and the government confirming that UFOs actually exist. All this information started coming out, and people's interests were piqued in it once again. Couple that with the fact that people are starting to say, you know what, enough. I'm going to do this. Let's do it. And finally, people are saying, let's go to Roswell. Let's take our Roswell trip. And it's the perfect storm of this is going to be the UFO festival that people talk about for years.
I hope so. One of the greatest things I think about Roswell is we have a brand that is worth more than we really know. We actually just won an award for our UFO Festival logo,
Really?
Creative Designs. It's a huge publication for graphic designers, agencies. We're super excited. We were just notified yesterday out of over 3,500 entries. We were in the top 8. We were one of the top 8 logos that were selected to be awarded.
That's a cool logo,
to be
too.
part of the publication. So it's super exciting. Just inviting people. Our numbers on our website are off the charts. All of our ads that we're running, whether they be in Phoenix or West Texas, up in Denver, I mean, they're phenomenal. The numbers, we're exceeding the national benchmarks, which is great. And so we're hoping that translates into hotel bookings because that's how we afford to do the festival.
Right.
And we do the festival for all of our businesses here. It's really important that we showcase the best of our city all across the city. And so if you have a business and you want to showcase your business and would like to participate in the float, there are still opportunities to have a float in this year's abduction parade. The route will be a little bit different. So it'll be starting off of Richardson by Tabernacle Baptist Church, coming down Richardson South, and then heading west, I believe, on 9th Street, and then circling back. So, just a great opportunity. We're super excited. And visit us at our website, ufofestival.com, and use our hashtag Roswell UFO Fest.
There you go. Now, I'm curious, the markets that you guys that were choosing to market in, what's the strategy behind specifically Phoenix? Because I know like the fact that we fly to we fly to Phoenix, so there's got to be some tie in there.
Yep. That's exactly it. The tie-in there, Phoenix is really our fly market. Obviously, we want people to be utilizing that flight service so that we're not in jeopardy of losing it. So we feel that if we tie in the UFOs and the flights, we can come up with some really creative campaigns out there. We also target based on demographics of an individual. So those that have higher disposable incomes that are looking for, maybe they're interested in science. That's another factor. If we're seeing traction on our website based by zip code, so we also look at that.
So lots of
different things, and we also look at like the conversion from last year, like who came last year and what ads ran. So, for example, not last year, I guess I should say 2019. Right. So in 2019, we ran a campaign in San Diego, and we were able to really track to see how many people converted, basically, were brought into the visitor center from San Diego, and was the money that we spent in the advertising campaign worth it? And so as we see those, we start thinking, okay, well, people are traveling from here, so they're hearing about it somewhere. We also tie it into the state of New Mexico Tourism Department's campaign. So when both of us are marketing to our state or for our state, and specifically for our location, we just get a better bang for our buck.
Absolutely. Yeah, when you double up it's a double barrel marketing campaign. And yeah, it sounds like you guys are just sifting through just mountains of data. I mean, demographics, information, all that other stuff. So
it's a lot. It's it's a lot of thought that goes into the campaigns. We don't just say, oh, this city looks great, let's market here. We also look at this year, it's more of a drive market because of COVID. More people, more families, more couples, adventure seekers. They're getting in their car, they're getting an RV, and they're going to drive. So we look at potential locations that are within a 10 to 12 hour drive radius. And that's how we also determined where our ads were going to be
I remember
placed.
several years ago, I can't remember who I was speaking with, but they were telling me that they were in the process of setting up a campaign for Roswell for the Atlanta market, specifically off the back of Hike It, Spike It. Because we see such a huge, every year we saw such a huge draw from the East Coast, from Georgia, from Alabama, from Mississippi, from all those states of, the players coming in to play the flag football. And so there was a kind of a campaign towards that side of the country. But I love the fact that you guys you're not just throwing darts at a board to see what sticks. It's you guys are putting real demographic data down and utilizing it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And sometimes we try some things that don't work too, and that's okay.
That's half the fun of experimentation.
But we're super excited. Again, really trying to invite people out. We would appreciate if our community would support the festival by liking our social media page. It's Roswell UFO Festival, and it's at Roswell UFO Fest. I'm trying to make it a little bit easier as you hashtag or use the @ when you're tagging our page. And then we have right after festival on the same weekend, we have 4th of July. So a lot of people were asking, what is the city doing for 4th of July? So we partnered again with the company that is helping us with the festival. And this year we're going to be having a concert from a group, a tribute band, Clarence Creedwater Revival, called Bad Moon Rising. Nice. And so they will be performing. Gates open at 6 o'clock. I think the show starts at about 6:30, 7 o'clock. And then right after that, as the sun sets, we will be having the Dancing Fires entertainment show. And so what that is it's very theatrical. It's lights, fire dancers. It's an entertainment, a laser show as well. So
and this is happening whereabouts?
This is going to be at Cielo Grande, on the southeast corner of Cielo Grande. So at one time, I believe it was going to be created to be a big amphitheater, and the hill is there and the power is there. I don't think it was a completed project. Maybe it was. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that. But the location is the southeast corner, so it's best to travel on 8th Street. Right. And that's closer to, it's like 8th and Montana.
And there's a side parking lot there.
There is a parking lot. There'll be porta potties, food trucks. There's going to be face painting, bounce houses. So bring your coolers, no alcohol. Right, sorry. Please. Blankets, lawn chairs, and come out and enjoy. And this event is free. So
awesome. That is awesome. So I mean, it's go, and then we stop for a quick second, but we're kicking off festival season in a big way. And I think that the fact that I keep saying this, that we're cramming 2 years worth of activities into this, into this festival season. Like the Eastern New Mexico State Fair last year was nothing. So so the fact that there's actually going to be a fair this year is, I mean, there's a buzz. Like people are genuinely like excited about going to the fair again. Yeah,
and we're starting little projects. So for example, this Saturday, Zoofari at our Spring River Zoo, we're having a little nighttime event. Really small, 150 people or less. But we thought, gosh, it's so hot, the heat here. Why don't we offer the zoo in the evening time? Giving our community the opportunity to see these animals. Most of them, some of them, a lot of them, nocturnal animals. They're more active at night. Oh, yeah. And so we're going to have a movie out there this week. It's Tarzan. There's going to be a little s'more station. So when you are in the night, in the forest, in the camp, you like to have a little snack. There's going to be that. And then the following Saturday, we're doing a thing called Wild Summer Nights, and there'll be 3 of them. So one in June, one in July, and one in August. The one for June is called Country Critters. All of the funds from this event go directly back into the zoo. So thankfully, we've had our cattle baron is going to be catering that event. So the ticket price includes your rib meal. There's going to be some music and just games and little roping. And I'm super excited. We're going to have the Roswell High School FFA group there with the petting zoo. Oh, great. That's cool. It's an opportunity for them to show some of their animals and really kind of promote our agricultural roots and give them a little bit of love at this event as well. So for more information on that, you can visit springriverzoo.com. They are also still hosting summer camps for the month of July.
Okay.
And we're just really excited. And then in July, we're going to have the same kind of events, but just a different twist on them. One of them is going to be a cornhole tournament and then a karaoke night. So
nice.
More information. And then tonight is our big night for Public Forum.
Yep.
So Public Forum tonight, specific topic is Ward 3.
Okay.
So it's really not specific to Ward 3 as far as it doesn't have to stay in just Ward 3.
But that's the focus.
But that's the focus for tonight.
Sure.
So our city manager and our 2 counselors from Ward 3 will be live on our Facebook page and answer any questions that the community has specific to Ward 3 or otherwise. And we invite you to join us at 5:30. And then next week, we're inviting the community to come out for this project at the Roswell Museum and Art Center.
Okay.
It's called the Great Blocks Project. And we're looking for public input. So Great Blocks is the little, it's between Walnut and Virginia. It's I wouldn't say one block right just west of the railroad tracks. And we are in the process of the development planning stages of what that space will look like. And so we're looking for public input. It's a partnership with Main Street Roswell and New Mexico Main Street. We received a grant funding for the design and conceptual plans, construction documents to actually really recreate and revitalize this district. And so we would really love to have input from the business owners around that area as well as the community. In some of the conceptual designs, it includes like an open market space, so a space for food trucks, a space for maybe electric car station, a stage, different things. And we really want the public to come out. It's going to be on Wednesday, June 23rd at 5:30 at the Roswell Museum and Art Center.
Gotcha. June 23rd, 5 p.m. at the Museum and Art Center. And yeah, great chance to put some of your input in, because this is something that I've noticed that the city has been doing a lot more of and is great at doing, is setting up stuff off of Main Street, kiosks to let people know that this is what's going on, or just activities, different stations to like you said, revitalize. I'm trying to avoid saying gentrify. Different areas of Roswell that desperately need some upkeep. Yep. And it's just awesome to see. So, yeah, I mean, hitting the ground running. It's gung ho, nonstop, and you guys have lots of irons in the fire. It sounds like
lots of irons in the fire. And the goal of the Great Blocks Project, we don't want just another plan, or at least I don't want another plan that sits on a shelf, a city shelf, and then nothing happens to it. So we'll have an opportunity to apply for a grant in November to actually fund the construction part of the project.
Okay.
And so right now we're working with our architects and our designers. They're coming in. And they want the public to have some input and say into what this piece of property is going to look like for the benefit and betterment of our community. And so we really need people to come out. That's one of the things I know people have been used to going online. I mean, tonight is going to be virtual, but next week it's in person. So if you've been cooped up in your house and you want to see some of our city officials and some of the key stakeholders like our Main Street group face to face, please join us 5:30 June 23rd at the Roswell Museum and Art Center.
Absolutely. It's a great chance to get your input in there and be a part of this project, because this is going to be something that's going to be in Roswell for generations to come. We want to make sure it's something that we have have your handprint in.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
Well, so like you said, festival season coming up, just constantly moving. There's so much that we covered today. How do folks get a hold of you? How do folks get more info about some of these events?
Sure.
If they want to be a part of the event, how do they find you?
Sure. If they want to be a part of our event, I recommend that they go to roswell-nm.gov. If they want to be a part of UFO Festival, it's ufofestival.com.
Gotcha.
They can definitely log on there. If you have a business and your business wants to have a float in the parade, recommend go online, fill out the form, and join us. If you're still looking for any sponsorships, most of our sponsorships are closed, but definitely have some other opportunities for on-site. But UFOfestival.com is where to go.
Perfect. Just want to clarify that. UFOfestival.com, not UFO Roswell.com. That's the separation of the delineation.
Yes.
So roswell-nm.gov or UFOfestival.com for all the info regarding UFO Festival, regarding all the upcoming events, activities with the Museum and Art Center. And yes, absolutely. Please come out to that event, June 23rd, 5:30 at the museum to make your voice heard. Well, Juanita, thank you so much for your time.
You.
We appreciate having you out here, and we'll see you back here next month.
All right. Sounds good.
Hopefully
Thanks so much.
Mixmaster Mike back in the captain's chair.
Where's he at? He's on vacation?
Yeah, his wife took him out into the middle of the desert.
Oh,
I'm hoping that he's going to come back alive or at all. We'll find out. Said a lot of mean things about Kim over the last several years. 36 minutes after.